Joseph was saying. Please clap. And also we have Madame Alberta Alifu. And the last person, which is Mr. Stephen Sipa. So please, contestants, when you hear me, you come up and sit down. So house one, for our main speaker, we have Sister Fadila Idrisu. Please up here as she sits. Supporting speaker, Sister Danella will say.
Now for major speaker, the person is going to work within 6 minutes. The supportive speaker is also going to use 3 minutes. And so we expect you to be audible enough for us to hear you. Argue your points without insulting. We want to hear you clearly. You must also give us the contents, your points. Bring it out for us to get them so that we can award you. And when you are rebuttal, then you must also rebut in such a way that you won't insult. That's what we expect you. Then you work within time. So we will score according to content. The content is going to be 30 marks. Then we have rebuttal, 20 marks. Organization of your thoughts or your points. It's also going to be 15. Obviously, there should be a cohesive divide, blending everything together for us to get the flow of your message. Yeah, then we also award you according to your delivery, your posture, your everything. We will check all these things. And then the language. Of course, it's a formal language. So in formality, we must expect certain things from you. So you have to go formal for us. And time management. We work within the time frame that we give. So these are what we expect from you. Thank you.
House 3. We'll begin with House 3. And they are speaking in favor of the motion. So for the main speaker, Ms. Elizabeth Ishan. Please clap for her.
Eminent, impartial, accurate and key. Honorable admissions, assistant admissions academies, assistant admissions domestics, esteemed members of staff, cherished my teaching staff, co-debaters, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I respond to the needs of Britannia HR program, a prestigious, proud, eloquent, and a member of the Otsue Champion House. Representing the land of growth and fertility, white grannies are lining up with silk and velvet, the ultimate house, Otsue Champion, Almighty House. I, the principal speaker of today's debatable topic, quote, her responsibility begins at home, not in public, not in leadership or public action, unquote. The chair, the house, I will be thrilled to elaborate on the key text in the notion on board. According to Cambridge Dictionary, responsibility means something you have a duty to do or obligation to deal with something or take care of. Leadership refers to the qualities or skills of guiding and directing a group of people. Public action refers to the activities or efforts taken in the public sphere to address issues, advocacy for change. In simple terms, the notion means a woman's responsibility begins at the confines of her home and within her household and family, rather than in external roles such as leadership role or public action. Honorable judges, wealthy opponents, and fellow participants. As today, we gather to discuss a topic that touches the very fabric of our society, while some may argue that women should prioritize leadership and public action, I firmly believe that her responsibility begins at home. Indeed, her responsibility begins at home. There is this account program that goes, quote, down more if we hear, unquote. Wealthy openers, how can someone become a leader without not being entailed rules or duties at home? At home, the person will be charged and the womb is where the foundation of future generations is laid. A woman's role in managing house, raising children, and supporting her family is not just a personal choice of societal necessity, but focusing on her responsibility at home. A woman causes the well-being and development of her children, who will grow up to be responsible citizens. The nurturing role is critical in shaping the moral, emotional, and intellectual fabric of society. Dearly opponents, I know you will surely say that women have proven time and again that they are capable of excelling in various fields from politics to science, arts, and more. To confine them to domestic duties alone is to waste the potential and deprive society of their valuable contribution. In Africa, women like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the first female president of Liberia, and Professor Nana Odiokabu, a renowned educationalist, have shown that women can lead and make a difference. But my dear, through her responsibility beginning at home, one can become prominent. A great example of someone who has succeeded through prioritizing family and caregiving responsibilities is Jacqueline Kennedy, an American. As a mother, she was deeply involved in her children's lives, instilling in them the importance of public service, education, and family values. Her dedication to her family and her role as caregiver had a lasting impact on her children's lives, and her legacy continues to inspire many. Another example is Mariam Maccabee, a South African singer and civil rights activist, who despite facing numerous challenges, prioritized her role as a mother and used her platform to advocate for children's rights and women's empowerment. I know my opponents will say all of them are not Ghanaians. Wait a listen. Emma Sutherland, a Ghanaian playwright and children's author and educationalist. She was one of the pioneers of modern Ghanaian literature and played a significant role in promoting African culture and drama. She was also a strong advocate for the use of indigenous languages and cultural practices in education and arts. Ekia Senadamso is a marketwoman and a trader from Kumasi, Ghana, who gained recognition for her entrepreneurial skills and community leadership. Although not a public figure with a detailed Wikipedia page, she is an example of Ghanaian women who, through their hard work and determination, have built successful business and contribute to their communities. How can they become a leader or give a leadership role since they are leaders themselves? A leader must be caring, confident, and potential to support his or her people, and it all begins in the home. Literally, the house. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So we'll have our main speaker for the motion from House 1. Ms. Aguilar.
The chair, any Jew, co-debaters, ever had record of House business. Honorable time speaker, staff, presidents, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. I respond to the name Idris Aguilar, a proud member of the House, Franco Amatu, properly known as House 1. I take this opportunity given to me to argue on this outdated motion that a woman's primary role is confined to the domestic sphere. This motion suggests that a woman's responsibilities are limited to her role, thereby excluding her from leadership and public action. I firmly believe that this view is not only discriminatory, but detrimental to the progress of society as a whole. Quote and unquote, her responsibility begins at home, not in leadership or public action. As I stand here, I speak against the motion. A woman's capacity and responsibility extend far beyond the walls of a home, encompassing leadership, opportunity as men. Point 2. Societal progress. Excluding women from leadership and public action deprives society of valuable perspectives, skills, and talents. Women bring unique insights and experience that can lead to more comprehensive and effective solutions to societal challenges. Women bring unique insights and experiences that can lead to more comprehensive and effective solutions to societal challenges. Point 3 on my list. Economic impact. When women are empowered to participate in the workforce and leadership roles, the economy thrives. Women's contributions can drive innovation, create jobs, and improve overall economic well-being. Lastly, addressing societal issues. Many societal issues such as healthcare, education, and social justice disproportionately affect women. Women in leadership are better positioned to understand and address these issues, advocating for policies that benefit their communities. To conclude, the motion that a woman's responsibility brings at home, not in leadership or public, is a restrictive and outdated concept. The chair in the house. This motion undermines women's rights, limits societal progress, and denies the world the valuable contribution of half its population. I urge you all to regret this motion and embrace the idea that women have the right and responsibility to participate fully in all aspects of life. Thank you.
The chair, the house. My coming here is not to fight my dear opponents, but to support my honorable principal speaker. The motion before the house is quoted in quotes. Her responsibility begins at home, not in leadership or public action. Today, we gather to discuss a topic that's like at the heart of societal structure and individual responsibility. The motion before us suggests that a woman's primary responsibility is within the confines of her home, rather than in leadership roles or public action. I stand before you to argue in favor of women's contributions in public spheres by highlighting the irreplaceable role they play in nurturing and stabilizing the family units. First on my list, practicality. Leadership and public action often require significant time, effort, and resources. By focusing on their responsibilities at home, women can ensure their families are well taken care of without compromising their duties and sacrificing their loved ones. Again, nurturing the family. The home is the foundation of society, and women play a vital role in nurturing their families. By prioritizing their responsibilities at home, women can ensure the well-being and development of their children, spouses, and other family members. This in turn contributes to the stability and prosperity of society as a whole. For instance, Nana Ama Ajimai Esiapini, the Queen Mother of the Action Buapa State, is a woman who, through pastorizing her responsibility at home, has become a prominent person in her community. Again, Madame Ama Yameche, a Ghanaian Queen Mother who ruled from 1924 to 1996. They are all prominent people. So, dearly opponents, why are you insisting that her responsibility begins at leadership or public action? Distinguished chair, esteemed jury, honorable timekeeper, incredible headmistress, teaching and non-teaching staff, co-debaters, fellow students, I am in a person of many blessings, the supporting speaker for the great Otwe Champon House. Thank you for your listening. Yes, thank you.
We'll have the supporting speaker against the motion.
The House, Daniela Rosa is my name, and I'm here in support of the main speaker of the motion, called Her Responsibility Begins at Home, Not in Leadership or Public Education. public action for, unquote. As we stand strongly against the motion, the Chair, women in leadership and public action serve as role models for future generations. They inspire young girls to dream big and pursue their goals, breaking down stereotypes and creating a more inclusive society. The Chair, a society that includes women in leadership and public action benefits from diverse perspectives. This diversity leads to better decision making as different viewpoints are considered. The Chair, the House. Thank you.
But to collaborate with my supporting speaker, the Chair, the House, we made mention of 1, the foundation of the society, 2, empowerment, 3, role modeling, 4, practicality, 5, nurturing the family. Wealthy opponents, societal progress we see. Wealthy opponents, how can you say someone can bring progress to the society but not attend it from here? There is this saying that, quote and unquote, charity begins at home. Before someone can become a leader, the person must become his or her leadership role in her house. You have to start everything from the scratch to the start. I use Jacqueline Kennedy as an American for her example. She is a mother. She was deeply involved in her children's lives, instilling in them the importance of public service, education and family values. Yes, though, she is a role model of somebody. My supportive speaker made mention of Nana Ama Ajima Esiampe, a grandmother of the Action of Global States. She also is a role model of somebody. So, my daily opponent, one can become a leader through prioritizing family growth rather than leadership or public action. Thank you.
We have the main speaker again the motion to revise.
I'm here to rebut on what my opponent said. To quote and unquote, her responsibility begins at home, while family responsibilities are important. They should not be the role-defining factor of a woman's life. Women can balance their home responsibilities with other persons, and society should support them in doing so. Quote and unquote, not in leadership or public action. This statement assumes that a woman's capabilities are limited to domestic tasks. This is a false and harmful stereotype. Women are just as capable as men in leadership and public service. So let us not put that mindset in our mind and make everyone move freely to their prospective destination. Example like my own mother. She does everything in the house. After that, she goes out for her work. My opponent, you are saying that charity begins at home. While charity is beginning at home, so why are you sitting here? My opponent, that's the question. I'll come for my answer. Thank you.
We have culture dance. Society limits the girl child more than culture dance. So without wasting much time, I'll call upon House 2, their main speaker, Ms. Ashura. And the main speaker for House 4, Sister Sharina.
Teachers present, full debate, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, I am your personal favorite Sharina Mutaga, proud member of the SHS. Speaking in favor of the motion, quote and unquote, society limit the girl child education, the society limit the girl child and the culture does. And I am the main speaker for these debates on the topic. I wonder why my opponent chose against the motion, telling the house that society limit the girl child education. Oh, my opponent, I suppose you know for a fact that you don't know the meaning of culture. So let me explain it to you. Culture is the way of life. Ladies and gentlemen, culture is often blamed as the main villain in the operation of the girl child. But when we look closely at real life, we realize that society through its attitude, institutions, and daily practices restricts on girls and the culture even intended. And this is true. The church, the house, begin with. Society turns cultural beliefs into rigid rules. Many cultures celebrate the birth of a girl, educate men, and honor mothers. Yet society selectively interprets culture to control girls. A real-life example can be seen in our rural areas, such as the South Africa and parts of Africa, where girls are withdrawn from school to care for siblings or do housework, while boys continue their education. Culture values family contribution, but society decides that only the girl child should sacrifice for their future. Even my great grandmother told me that, Obadiah, when you fear my in school, how can you tell me that? Second on my point, there is no culture that says a woman cannot be a pilot or engineer or president, but society says that job is for men. Take the example of female engineer or mechanics. Many girls who show interest in these fields are discouraged, mocked or told they are unladylike. Culture does not reject their ambition. Society does. Even today, women leaders like Jacinda Ardern or Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala face criticism, not for incompetence, but for being women in power. Last but not least, they share the house. Society limits girls through institution. In workplace, women are paid less. In politics, women are unrepresented. In sports, female athletes receive less money and media coverage. Consider Serena Williams, one of the greatest athletes in history, who has repeatedly faced criticism for her body, emotion, and confidence. In this culture, typically a people, there is no society uncomfortable with powerful women. Even Malam, story proves my point. For her culture has educated women for generations. Society through extremist thinking a girl should not raise her voice. Culture did not shoot Malam. Society did. My wealthy opponent may argue that culture is the root of the cause. But I ask, if culture alone was the problem, why do girls from the same culture succeed when society supports them? Why do educated families within the same culture raise empowered daughter? The truth is clear. Society chooses whether to let it evolve or to use it as a tool of control. In conclusion, I strongly submit that society limits the girl more than the culture does. Through stereotypes, double standards, fear, and social pressure. Let us not keep blaming culture while society continues to silence girl. Empower the girl child, and society itself will rise. Thank you, the chair.
So we have the main speaker of the house to Honorable Mashkura. The chair, panel of judges, distinguished guests, average timekeeper, ladies and gentlemen, the notion that, quote and unquote, society limits the girl child more than culture does is a misleading simplification. By the way, I'm Mashkura before Mohammed from the Fair Debut House, proudly known as House. While society certainly imposes challenges, it is a culture rooted in tradition, beliefs and values that often enforce the most rigid boundaries on girls. Culture across the globe perpetrates practices like early marriage, female genital mutilation, and preference for male children, directly curtailing girls' autonomy. In some regions, culture norms dedicate dress code, restricted mobility, and prioritizing domestic rules over education. These are not societal bans, but cultural frameworks that systematically disadvantage girls. For example, in some parts of South Asia and Africa, cultural expectation often overrides legal framework, pushing girls into early marriages or limiting their access to schooling. Whilst education plays a significant role, society is burdened by a framework that enforces perpetuate their cultural norms. To think about it, cultural practices like early marriage or limiting education are often enforced by societal pressure, economic conditions, and lack of access to resources. In Ghana, for example, societal expectation around family roles and economic contribution can lead to girls' access to education. Regardless of cultural background, urban areas may have more resources, but cultural attitude towards girl child education and autonomy can still be restrictive. Society isn't just an environment on its own, it's being shaped by the laws, policies, and advocacy efforts. But if societal attitude does not shift, cultural practices will continue to be used as an excuse to limit girl child. Law promoting gender equality, educational campaign, and urbanization can gradually dismantle archaic norms. Girls in cities access opportunities that their rural counterparts trapped in cultural rigidity cannot. Blaming society overlooks how culture inertia resists challenge. Critics may argue that society pressure exists, but culture is the bedrock of pressures. Until we challenge harmful cultural narrative, progress will remain stand. Girl child greatest flu is cultural will, not society flaunting judgments. Thank you.
So we'll have the supporting speaker from House 4, Jackson Rashid.
Teachers present, coordinators, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Rashida Rachel Dimokyo, a proud and prestigious elegant member of the SK Mensa House, and I stand diligently before you all today to vehemently speak in favor of the motion. I quote and unquote, the society limits the girl child and cultural girls. To start with, first and foremost, education and career. Societal stereotypes often push girls towards domestic roles, limiting their access to education and career opportunities. Furthermore, safety concerns, the jury and coordinators. Societal fears about safety can lead to restrictions on girls' mobility and independence. Also, limited mobility. Societal concerns about safety restrict girls' freedoms to move around, socialize, or participate in activities. To conclude, the chair, the jury, accurate timekeeper, teachers present, coordinators, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, society limits the girl child through education, career, social norms, safety concerns, early marriage, domestic roles, limited mobility, and career choices. With the strong points I've given, I urge you to accept the motion and recognize that, I quote and unquote, the society limits the girl child and cultural girls, and proud I am my main speaker, the winner of today's debate on the topic. Thank you.
So we'll have a supporting speaker from House 2, Samuela. Please start.
Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, distinguished teachers, co-debaters, accurate timekeeper. My name is Samuela from Ifa Bebio House, and I'm here to support my main speaker for the motion. Unquote. Society limits the girl child more than culture does. My first point on this topic is that culture poses a more fundamental, deeply rooted and inescapable limitation on the girl child than modern societal structures, acting as a fundamental upon which societal prejudice is built. While society evolves with laws, education, and economic empowerment, and trained cultural practices such as early marriage, domestic bondage, and patriarchal inheritance impose rigid, often unbreakable restrictions that predetermine a girl's limitation before she can navigate modern society. Also, Mr. Chair, society limitations are often challenged by legislation, such as education laws or women's rights acts. However, deep-rooted cultural beliefs often disregard these laws, holding mere power over a girl's life than the state. In conclusion, culture creates a restrictive mindset that society merely enforces. To free the girl child, one must dismantle the ancient tradition that deemed her inferior, not just the societal stereotype that results from them. Therefore, culture is the primary, more harmful limitation. Thank you.
their main speaker.
My opponent said that cultural practices like FGM directly limit girls' rights and freedom, and that societal change is slower without cultural shift. But that is an animal's misinterpretation. Second, my opponent, if I should tell you, you are an entire truth, I must say that girls are often steered towards feminist career like nursing or teaching, which limits their exploration of other fields. A term for this action is career choices. Thank you.
We have our glass house from the main speaker from House 2.
Society provides frameworks for changes through laws and institutions, while culture dedicates adherence. Urban versus rural, urban shows cultures. Urban society adapts rural areas' plant tradition. Global movement highlights cultural resistance and not society's limitation. To my opponent, if you think culture is the best, why aren't you married at this time, or have you undergone mutilation by now? My opponent, I'll come for my answer later.
Please clap for all of them. So please, we'll have a little music interlude from DJ.
Okay, madam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We have a conversation about P-girls. Please, may I know your name?
I'm Alberta.
Alberta. Oh, okay. Madam, talking about P-girls, tell us about P-girls.
Oh, P-girls is a secondary institution that educates especially the young ones so that they can be useful in the society. Not just that, we train holistically because we train their head, their hearts, and even their hands, so that when they go out, they can do more things for the society.
Oh, okay. Madam, I noticed something from the float yesterday. There was so much discipline and comportment. Comparing to others, what is the secret?
Oh, for P-girls, in fact, our hallmark is discipline. So even if you are not disciplined, when you come to this environment, the environment alone and the sort of education that we give them will make you disciplined. So that is our secret. We come together to educate them as to what to do as a lady and what not to do.
Oh, okay. But again, apart from them being disciplined, what we know growing up in society, where there is discipline, there is fear.
Yes.
But looking at them, they are not afraid to showcase what is in them. What makes you different from others?
Oh, that's also true. In fact, if you are disciplined, does not mean that you are not supposed to showcase what you have inwardly. So we educate them, and then we try to put them or make them confident so that they can exhibit whatever that they have inwardly to the whole world.
Madam, we are in an SRC week. What do you think about SRC in general?
Oh, SRC, in fact, it's just about the students' representation. And so here we come together to do a whole lot of things for even those outside to even know what we are doing in the school and what we need to train the students to have going forward. I think that's the little that I can say.
Madam, positively, has the SRC impacted students?
Yes, I would say yes, in the sense that, as you mentioned earlier, some who are coiled, they can come out and even do something. So it's a form of training that we are giving them, so that when they go outside, they can be confident enough to partake in anything that they do.
Thank you, madam. But my last question, if you were given the opportunity to change one thing about the school, what would it have been?
Oh, okay. But the war is our problem. So if we have a fence, then I think it will be okay to sell the school outside.
Thank you, madam, for having me.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for having you.
You're welcome.
Please, your name?
I'm Joseph Osei.
Joseph Osei. Oh, okay. Sir, tell us about P Girls.
Oh, I think P Girls is a school which was established way back 2002.
Oh, okay.
And absorbed by the government way back 2022, April 2022. And it is, as the name goes, P Girls. That is Presbyterian Girls Senior High School.
Okay.
That's P Girls.
Sir, there's so much discipline in the school.
Yeah.
What is the secret?
Thank you, and it's because the school is a missionary school.
Okay.
And for Presbyterians, I don't know much about them, but for missionary schools, gone are the days when we were in school. For missionary school, they don't joke with their holistic form of education.
Sure.
That is spirituality, emotional, and then physically. They always want to be there, or they always want to stand out. So I think that is one of the reasons why it is one of the disciplined schools, if I may say, in Ghana or in Ashanti region.
Okay. So since we are in an SRC week, what do you think is the impact of the SRC on the students?
Yes, I think the SRC, as every organization has a specific duty or role that they perform. When you come to religious affairs, they have a specific day that they set aside to worship their God. In the same way, when you come to academics too, there are some certain days that is being set aside for the student to exhibit their talents. That is what they can do as such the academic work. And so I think this year's SRC celebration, actually the theme that they've taken, how the student can endure issues pertaining academic excellence, and even as some are even about leaving the school to how they are going to be able to socialize with the society. So I think the week celebration gives the learners or the students some abilities to also exhibit their capabilities.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure.
I heard they were singing birthday for you, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
Your child is in action. So today, as we are all aware, the quiz competition is started between A1, A2, and A3. It is a moment for all of us to learn. So as we are asking the questions, what's the work and then you will solve it. If they don't get the answer, we'll ask for the answers from the audience. Are you here?
Please, I am the from representing 3A. Representing is Justina, and I'm standing in for 3 weeks.
Thank you so much, contestants.
The book Tired Girl was written by correct for 3 points. Poems are arranged in stanzas. Because they mentioned only stanza, we'll give them 1 point. Drama can also be termed as
Dialogues.
no. No, time is up. A bonus question.
A play.
A play is correct. 382, your major question. Please, for a bonus question, you need to ring. One major theme in the Kaya Girl is
the disparity between the poor and the rich.
Please come again.
The disparity between the poor and the rich.
Correct for 3 minutes. Your major question. Who wrote the book, The Son of Mbele?
Bill Masham.
Correct for 1 point. The main question for 3D1. What is the name of Sumako's daughter in the book, The Son of Mbele? Duela is correct for 3 points. Sumako in the book of The Son of Mbele has how many children?
4 children.
4 children, correct for 3 points. 383. What did Joshua go to Sumako's house to seek?
Find the 10th end of the room.
Correct for 3 points. Okay, so for this set of questions, we have to look for the synonyms for the underlying the words I will highlight. So 3A1, still 10 seconds. She was very happy when she heard the good news. Happy, the synonym for happy.
Excited.
Excited for 3 points. 382. The cheetah is extremely quick. Quick is the underlying word.
Faster.
Fast. Correct for 3 points. 383. That building is really big. Big is the underlying word.
Huge.
Huge for 3 points. Okay, so you have to give me the superlative of these words. Okay, the superlative. 3A1. Hot.
Hottest.
Hottest is correct. Your question again. Brave.
Bravest.
Bravest is correct. 383. Clever.
Most clever.
Most clever is incorrect. No bonus question. Yeah. Most cleverest is cleverest. She's the cleverest girl in the class. 381. Far.
Very far.
Incorrect.
Farthest.
No. So it's farthest. Farthest or furthest. Furthest away. 382. Difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult is correct. 383. Dangerous. Bonus.
Most dangerous.
Most dangerous is correct for 1. Speed race. The quickest to ring will be the one to answer. Do you all understand? And it's a spelling bee. So we'll give you a word to spell. The quickest to ring will spell. and you don't ring, and I feel now bedroom home, we'll move on to the next person. Immediately you ring, your answer should be ready. And you don't break when you are spelling. If you keep breaking and dragging your words, the alphabet, we'll move on to the next person. Are we okay? You have just one attempt. One attempt. So it's the first to ring. So immediately we say the word, the first to ring gets the opportunity to answer. Are we clear? Alright. The first word is conscious. 3
Conscious. CONSCIOUS.
Correct for 3. The next question. The next word is questionnaire. A1.
QUESTIONNAIRE.
Correct for 3. So as you are seated, check, write it. You also check and see if you are getting it correct. The next question. Argument. A1.
ARGUEMENT.
Wrong.
ARGUMENT.
Correct. The next word is exaggerate. A2. A1.
EXAGGERATION.
Wrong.
EXAGGERATION.
Correct. Is convenience.
Convenience. CONVIENIENCE. Convenience.
Wrong. A2.
CONVIENIENCE.
Wrong. So convenience is spelled. You didn't ring. So if you answer ring in the order, we'll call you. Alright. So convenience is spelled. Let's take notes. These are the little spelling mistakes we make all the time. CONVENIENT. Convenient. The next question is. The next word is conscience.
Conscience. CONSCIENCE. Conscience.
Correct for 3. The next word is fascinate.
FASCINATE.
Correct for 3. The next word is correspondence. What I say is final. Please respect my position. Spell.
CORRESPONDENT.
Please come again.
CORRESPONDENT.
Incorrect. A1.
correspondence.
Correct. 4. I said correspondence. 1. Bonus for A1. The next word is restaurant.
restaurant.
Correct for 3. This will be our final word for this piece. And the word is occurrence. A1.
OCCURRING.
Incorrect.
Occurring. OCCURRING. Okay.
Incorrect.
OCCURANCE.
Incorrect. So occurrence is OCCURENCE. Occurrence. I will repeat the word as long as nobody has rang. If you ring, it means you heard me right and you rang. So please don't blame me if you didn't hear it well. If you wanted me to repeat it, you would have waited for me to repeat it before you ring. So please, this brings us to the end of round 1. So before we start the round, if any class would like to make a substitution, the opportunity is there. Otherwise, we start the round. Is there any substitution? This is your question. You have 5 seconds to answer. What is the legally recognized union between 2 people?
Marriage.
Marriage for 3. What key skill helps couples understand each other better in marriage?
Communication.
Communication is correct. 3A1. What often arises when couples fail to communicate?
Divorce.
Bonus.
Misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding or conflict. 3A2. Which institution is the first agent of socialization for a child?
The family.
The family. 3 points. 3A3. What type of socialization occurs through friends and classmates? No, give it to them. They run before the bell.
Continuous socialization.
A1.
Secondary socialization.
Secondary socialization. For 1 point. 1 point. Three, on your major question. Which agent of socialization transmits value through television and social media?
The mass media.
The media. All right. Three and two. What document is regarded as the supreme law of a country?
The Constitution.
The Constitution. Three. Who are elected to represent citizens in government?
Members of Parliament.
Members of Parliament. Three. Which arm of government is responsible for making laws?
The legislature.
The legislature is correct. Three and two. Which fundamental right allows citizens to share their opinions freely?
Right of speech.
Wrong.
Freedom of speech.
Okay. Upon consultation with the subject leads, we will give the bonus to A3. It was a bonus question, right? 3A3, a major question. What democratic principles ensure equality before the law?
The courts.
Wrong.
Rule of law.
Rule of law. Ensures leaders are answerable to the people. What concept ensures leaders are accountable to the people?
Check and balance.
No.
Legitimacy.
No. The correct answer is accountability. Accountability. So these are the last set of questions for social studies in the second round. What environmental problem? 3A2. What environmental problem is caused by rising global temperatures?
Pollution.
Incorrect. 3A1.
Global warming.
Correct. Okay. So 1 point. What practice involves reducing, reusing, and recycling waste? What practice involves reducing, reusing, and recycling waste?
Recycling.
Incorrect.
Sanitation.
Incorrect. Waste management. Question for this round. What human activity is a major cause of environmental pollution? 3-8-1.
Mining.
Incorrect.
Bread.
Incorrect. Alright, so the correct answer is industrialization. The fact that humans are building, we are doing developments each and every day, we are cutting down trees, we are destroying a lot of things. So industrialization is the major cause of environmental pollution. This brings us to the end of round 2. The question does not require any calculation. You have 10 seconds. If it requires you to calculate, you have 30 seconds to answer. So your first question, 3-8-3. We'll start with 3-8-3. Okay, 3-3. Select the odd one out. Arteries, veins, alveoli, capillaries.
Alveolis.
Alveolis is correct. So we are using the same set of questions for all of you, alright? So it's the same preamble. Arteries, veins, alveoli, capillaries. Noted. Are you all okay? So it's the same preamble for everybody. You can write it. Arteries, veins, alveoli, capillaries. 3-8-2. Why are alveoli there? Why are alveoli? Sorry, A1. Why are alveolis the odd ones? Why is alveoli the odd one?
Because it's not part of the circulatory system.
So where is it located? Correct for 3 points. Correct. So capillary are all part of the blood vessels, but these ones are found in the lungs, right? So A2 states the function of alveoli in the lungs. Bonus. Okay, so alveolis allow gaseous exchange between oxygen in the air and carbon dioxide in the blood. So that is that. 3A1. Name the products of photosynthesis.
Oxygen. Look. Oxygen and sunlight.
Okay, so because they mentioned oxygen, we'll give them 1 point. 3A2. Mention the balanced chemical equation for photosynthesis. You have 30 seconds for this. Okay.
C6H12O6 plus O2 sunlight from chlorophyll gives you H2O plus 6CO2.
Incorrect. Bonus. Okay, so there are no bonuses. So the reactants of the chemical formula for photosynthesis is carbon dioxide, which is CO2, and water, H2O. So these are the reactant formula for photosynthesis. Now the products of photosynthesis is glucose, C6H1, H12, O6, and oxygen, O2. The balanced chemical equation for photosynthesis. So we are all learning, you should write it down. Is 6 carbon dioxide, so 6 CO2 plus 6 of hydrogen, 6 H2O, which will give you glucose, which is 6 H12O6 plus 6 O2. So that is a balanced chemical equation for photosynthesis. So let's take note of that. The next set of questions is calculation. So you have 30 seconds for this calculation. 383. Calculate the density of a block with the mass 48 grams and volume 20 cm cubed. Come again.
2.4 gram per centimeter cube.
Correct for 3 points. A train accelerates from 10 meters per second to 30 meters per second in 40 seconds. Calculate acceleration. Come again. I didn't hear the last part, so come again.
0.5 meters per second.
Square. Meter per second what?
Meter per second.
Meter per second. Okay, incorrect.
0.5 meters per second squared.
Correct for one. So the final calculation for this round, the final set of questions, 382. Calculate the kinetic energy of a 0.2 kilogram ball moving at 10 meters per second.
Central.
Correct, Dr. Okay, so these are the rules for the true or false. If you don't know the answer, don't ring. If an incorrect answer, we will deduct 1 point. If you get it correct, 3 points. If you don't answer, if the person chooses not to answer, the question becomes available for the next classes. So if the person didn't say anything, the rest of the classes can pick it up. But if they also get it wrong, minus 1 point. If they get it correct, they'll get the full 3 points. Are we okay? Okay. So first question. You have to answer it in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Group 1 element. So this is for 3A3. Group 1 elements become more reactive down the group. True or false? Bonus. The answer is true. They react more when they go down the group. It's true. Solids have a fixed shape because particles are held by weak forces. That is correct. It's false. Gases are incompressible because of the wide spaces between particles. True. Unfortunately, it's false. So minus 1. It's a major question. Minus 1. 3A3. Hydrochloric acid reacts with magnesium to produce oxygen gas. That's correct. It's correct. Melting ice is an exothermic process.
False.
False. That's correct. Next question. 3A2. During exercise, lung air volume changes, but blood volume remains unaffected. Anybody?
False.
Unfortunately, it's true. So minus 1.33. Your major question. Decomposition is a component of carbon cycle. True. Bertha is false. Sorry. made a mistake, so it's correct. It's correct. It's correct. So that's 3. The last set of questions. So this will be the last set. So we've started. All right. In a physical change, original properties can be recovered if reversed.
False.
It's true. It's true. 382. Diffusion stops once particles are evenly distributed because the particles stop moving. Bonus. False is correct. 3 points. Every bonus is 3. Please, we are not done. We are not done. We have riddles. The last one in science is riddles. If you answer with the first clue, 5 points. So if you answer with the first clue, you have 5 points. Please, I need you. If you answer with the second clue, 4 points. Third and any other clue, 3 points. This set of questions is for the fastest to ring. So the one who rings first answers and gets the points. We will not wait for you to answer. Immediately you ring, your answer should be available. Are we here? Okay. So, are you all ready? Contestants, are you ready? Ring your bells for us to see that it's still working. 3, 1, yes, it's all going. So, the first riddle. I am the rate of energy transfer. My unit is joules per second. I am usually quoted in watts on electrical equipment and home appliances. 380.
Rate of power. Rates of power.
No. Okay, so question for 3A1. You have only 10 seconds. What is the square root of 144? 10 seconds. Bonus. 12 is correct for 1